Right now, law enforcement in Verona are investigating after a high school student is sexually assaulted by a fellow classmate. The latest in the case and how you can talk to your child about this kind of incident.
Plus, a Fox News article claims a recent sexual assault in Madison happened because the police department is defunded. What Madison Chief Sean Barnes had to say in response.
And later, lawmakers are debating late into the night over district maps and how they should be drawn. The proposal to be tossed around and how it could affect the amount of power Republicans hold. That's all coming up right now at 10. Verona police have arrested a high school student for first-degree sexual assault. They say that assault happened at Verona Area High School this afternoon.
Armand Rahman has more on what happened and the resources out there for parents and students. It's new at 10. Armand?
Eric and Charlotte, the young man was transported to the Juvenile Reception Center. Leaders at the RCC Sexual Violence Resource Center in Madison say how you talk to your kids about something like this is important. In a district-wide message to parents, Verona police say the assault happened around noon Thursday in a restroom. While officials say only 2 students were involved, Dana Pelabon, executive director of the RCC, says this can be traumatic for witnesses or those nearby, too.
Sometimes the struggle is to not know where to go, who to talk to, what does it look like if police are involved.
Parents should resist the urge to find out everything their child may know to protect them, because that can be more traumatic or cause kids to close off.
You can say, hey, I saw this happen at school. Would you like to talk about it? And if the child says, I don't really want to, please give them that space. Giving them options to talk, whether that be with their therapist, whether it be with a trusted adult, or again, our anonymous helpline.
It's also important that kids know how to be an active bystander.
As you see a student being spoken to in a way that you can tell they feel uncomfortable, their body language is very uncomfortable. You can walk up to that student and say, oh my gosh, I forgot we had this assignment. Would you mind coming over here and talking to me about it?
District officials say they also have a 24/7 anonymous tip reporting system. And if you think your child may have endured some type of sexual violence, Safe Harbor Child Advocacy Center does forensic interviewing for people under 18.
Our job is to provide protective spaces, and our job is to give them resources.
Police say they aren't planning on having anyone at the high school tomorrow because this was an isolated incident. If you or someone you know has experienced sexual violence, you can contact the 24-hour RCC hotline at 608-251-7273 or the national 24-hour hotline at 800-656-4673.
A horrific rape downtown has left the city of Madison in shock. A suspect is behind bars, but the case has grabbed the attention of national news, specifically Fox News, publishing a headline tying a, quote, defunded Madison Police Department to the attack. On For the Record this week, host Naomi Cole sat down with Madison Police Chief Sean Barnes to set the record straight.
Would you blame this kind of attack on quote-unquote defunding Madison Police?
I would not. I think that headline is certainly disrespectful to our survivor in this case. As far as defund the police, I don't know what their definition of defund the police, but during my administration, in just 2.5 short years, we've added 14 police officers.
Naomi also asked the chief about his future plans in Madison after he had been a finalist for Chicago's top police position. Tune in for that full conversation this Sunday at 10:30.
Planned Parenthood of Wisconsin will be providing abortion services again at 2 of its clinics starting next Monday. Planned Parenthood of Wisconsin is already booking appointments for abortions, in fact. They first suspended abortions when the U.S. Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade more than a year ago, saying they did that to protect their doctors and patients from legal action. But today, they said a Dane County judge's ruling this summer changed the playing field.
That's the legal clarification and confirmation that we at Planned Parenthood of Wisconsin needed to resume abortion services. We are ready to provide this essential care again because there is really, in our view, not a reason to wait any longer.
In the nearly 450 days since Roe was overturned, Planned Parenthood has continued to provide abortions to Wisconsinites across state lines in Illinois and Minnesota. Governor Evers released a statement today on this announcement. It says, in part, This is critically important news for Wisconsin women and patients across our state who for a year now have been unable to access the health care they need when and where they need it. Meanwhile, Republican Senate Majority Leader Devin LeMahieu called on Attorney General Josh Kaul to take action. Quote, the Attorney General should enforce Wisconsin's abortion laws and put a stop to this lawlessness.
Things are looking sunny for most of tomorrow. We may get some rain heading into Saturday. Let's check your first warn forecast. Here's Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti on the patio. Gary?
And as we've said so many times, Eric, we could use the rain, but I think Friday night and Saturday will be our chances for rain, at least over the next week or so. Let's start out by taking a look at the time lapse from the WISC-TV Skycam. Kind of hard to get rain when there's hardly a cloud in the sky through most of the day today. Lots of sunshine and a beautiful sunset in the west this evening, and skies will be clear for tonight. On Doppler track, you can see some showers and thunderstorms moving through central Minnesota into far northwestern Wisconsin. Well, watch what happens on 6-hour future track radar. They just kind of fizzle out as they move into Wisconsin because the air is a lot drier here. So it'll be a while before we start to see some rain here, probably about this time tomorrow night. Low temperatures this morning, kind of cool, especially to the northwest. 28 for the low in Camp Douglas, 30 in Black River Falls. Here in Madison, 42. But watch where the afternoon high temperatures went. Almost 80 in Black River Falls and 76 in Camp Douglas. That's about a 50-degree temperature swing from the early morning lows to the afternoon high temperatures. Madison made it up to 72. Janesville 73, and right now temperatures are in the upper 50s to the lower 60s through most of southern Wisconsin. Madison's still at 61. Middleton's dropped to 54. It's 54 in Cross Plains and 57 degrees in Wanakee. Look for skies to be mostly clear for the overnight hours. Low temperature will drop to about 52 by morning, so not quite as cool as last night. Later on, I'll take a look at our chances for rain and how much we might expect over the next couple of days.
Gary, thank you. At the Capitol, lawmakers are debating late into the night a change to how Wisconsin draws the districts for the state legislature. It is a proposal that could change how much power Republicans have at the Capitol. Political reporter Will Keneally has more.
Eric, Republicans have very beneficial maps here in the state legislature. Wisconsin's a roughly 50-50 state, but Republicans have close to a 2/3 majority here in the state capitol. So it's odd for them to want to give up control on how those districts get drawn. Now, this new proposal would place that power in a nonpartisan commission. It's an effort by Republicans, though, to avoid having the maps changed by a now liberal state Supreme Court. And they've rushed through the process, not even letting the proposal get a public hearing.
Ultimately, sunlight is the best disinfectant, and this bill could use some more sunlight. I say we refer it back to committee.
We're open to amendments. The Speaker has said he is open to amendments. I have desperately tried to ask the folks on that side of the aisle, what is it that you're missing?
Now, Republicans, as we heard there, were working on those amendments, the final details, up until pretty late this evening. And Eric, we're still expecting a vote here within the next couple of hours. Reporting from the Capitol, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
And earlier today, the state assembly also passed a package of Republican-related child care bills with another stop at the state Senate before heading to the governor's desk.
Now to the fight over Wisconsin's top election official. Attorney General Josh Kaul has filed a lawsuit saying Megan Wolf can stay in her position. This after the state Senate voted to remove her from the role. Republicans have targeted Wolf over continued concerns about the 2020 election, which is what prompted them to vote against her today. Not long after the Senate's vote, AG Kaul announced the lawsuit with the hopes a judge would confirm Wolf is able to continue running the state's elections administration.
Election cases do often move faster than other cases because of the time sensitivity. It's part of the reason that the Senate's action today was so reckless. In addition to ignoring the law, we are soon going to be heading into the process of getting ballots out for the upcoming elections.
But Wolf says she won't leave her post right away. In Wisconsin, she can stay where she is until there is another person to replace her.
The man is facing tentative homicide charges after being arrested earlier this morning. Calutan Jefferson was taken into custody in connection with an August 12th, 2022 shooting that happened in the 1700 block of Northport Drive. 30-year-old Corey Mitchell died from a gunshot wound outside an apartment complex. Formal charges against Jefferson have yet to be filed.
A man and woman were arrested last Saturday after crashing a U-Haul van while fleeing a traffic stop. Police say they tried to pull the two over in the 4800 block of East Washington around 2 o'clock in the morning. That's when the man drove the U-Haul over a median and crashed. Both the man and woman tried to run from the scene, but they were arrested. Police say both had warrants out for their arrest. The two are currently being held in the Dane County Jail. Meanwhile, Madison police arrested 4 men early today after officials said a gun and drugs were found during a traffic stop. Officers stopped the men's vehicle along John Nolan Drive near Broome Street. Police said that drugs were seen in plain view when an officer approached. An investigation is ongoing.
Also in Madison, a man is in custody after police say he stole photography equipment from a hotel room, then tried to sell it. July 27th, the man reported someone had gotten into his hotel room and stole that equipment. 4 days later, the suspect, a 44-year-old Madison man, tried to sell it to the camera company in Madison. The suspect was later caught on camera selling the equipment at a Milwaukee pawn shop. He was tracked down to a home on Dunn Street and then arrested.
The University of Wisconsin system is reporting enrollment numbers are up for the first time in nearly a decade. Overall, enrollment at all the UW campuses combined grew by 540 students to more than 161,000 students. UW-Madison's enrollment grew more than 1%, while Platteville and Whitewater saw their enrollment up more than 3%. The numbers are based on first-day registration numbers and projections of other new students.
We have set a very ambitious goal of having 41,000 students graduate from our University of Wisconsin system schools by 2028, and that goal is focused solely on helping Wisconsin win the war for talent.
It wasn't all good news, however. 8 campuses saw their enrollment numbers go down. UW Stout saw the steepest drop at 3.5%. Still ahead on News 3 Now at 10, we are minutes away from a massive auto workers strike, how it would impact the U.S. economy.
Plus, President Biden's son Hunter has been indicted on gun charges. We take an in-depth look and why prosecutors brought forth the charges.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10. Winner of the Best Evening Newscast by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association.
The Volkswagen Taos. German engineering everyone can get into. Visit your Volkswagen dealer today and get 3.9% APR financing for 72 months on all new 2023 SUVs.
Salonpas, makers of powerful pain relief patches for 89 years, believes in continuous improvement, like rounded corners that resist peeling, with an array of active ingredients and sizes to relieve your pain. Salonpas, it's good medicine.
Your Broadway wish is granted at Disney's Aladdin. Audiences and critics agree Aladdin is fabulous and extravagant. With unforgettable music and sensational dance numbers, it's exactly what you wish for. Get your tickets today and see for yourself the breathtaking spectacle that only Disney can deliver.
At Overture Center, October 10th through 15th. Tickets at overture.org.
The Bulls Bands and Barrels Tour invades the Alliant Energy Center on Saturday, September 16th, featuring bull riding, barrel racing, ultimate bullfighting, with a live performance by Riley Green. Bulls Bands and Barrels Tour, Saturday, September 16th, 7 p.m. at the Alliant Energy Center.
Get 11% off everything at Menards. Maximize your storage space with Dakota Shelving. We offer a variety of finishes to match your style with our great selection of customizable closets. Get this wooden closet system for $198.97 after 11% off. Continue your renovations with super fast vinyl plank flooring. It's waterproof and easy to install, making it perfect for any room in the home. Super fast Ridgeplex vinyl plank flooring is just $229 per square foot after rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
A 33-year-old woman has fenders and a new headlight installed on her bike, but the parts are badly designed and cause her to crash. She never walks again. She decides to hire Habish, & Rotier, and she receives $14.5 million. The Habish team negotiates with the headlight manufacturer in Germany, the fender company in Hong Kong, the fender designer in Madison, and the bike shop in Seattle. It is literally the opposite of one phone call and a quick settlement. Habish, & Rotier. National reputation, hometown service.
Intuitive sit to start in the all-electric ID4. It's the little things. It's a VW. Visit your Volkswagen dealer today and get a $7,500 lease bonus on a new 2023 all-electric ID4.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show, Khloe Kardashian is always game for a good time. I got inspired by all those model walks. Then a powerhouse performance by The War and Treat.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
A major new development in the long-running federal investigation of Hunter Biden. President Biden's son was charged today with 2 counts of making false statements on federal paperwork and 1 count of gun possession as a drug user.
The indictment could put the case on track for a trial as President Biden's re-election bid gets set to move into high gear. Skylar Henry has more from Washington.
Weeks after a plea deal unraveled, Hunter Biden was indicted on 3 federal firearms charges. The indictment, filed in federal court in Delaware by a special counsel overseeing the case, accuses the president's son of lying about his drug use when he bought a gun in 2018. Hunter Biden's defense attorney argued he did not violate the law and remains protected by an immunity provision that was part of the failed plea deal. David Weiss, the special counsel overseeing the case, has indicated that tax-related charges could still be filed.
Part of what we heard from the judge when the plea deal fell apart is, why are you lumping these 2 things together this way? And I think bringing these charges separately also answers that question.
In a statement, Hunter Biden's lawyer accused the special counsel of bending to political pressure. The indictment comes as congressional Republicans launched a formal impeachment inquiry into President Biden, focused in large part on Hunter Biden's business dealings.
An impeachment inquiry, wouldn't necessarily, in my opinion, or should not necessarily focus on Hunter. It needs to focus on Joe Biden and any laws that that may have been broken.
House Republicans spent this morning talking about their illegitimate impeachment inquiry, which is nothing more than a partisan political stunt.
So far, no hard evidence of any wrongdoing by the president has been uncovered. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Washington.
If convicted of the gun charges, Hunter Biden could face a maximum sentence of 25 years in prison and fines of up to $750,000.
Time is running out before a potential auto workers strike. The deadline, 11:59 Eastern time tonight. That's when the United Auto Workers contract expires. That is about 45 minutes from now. The union wants more of the profits that workers helped create for the so-called Big Three, Ford, GM, and Stellantis. Negotiations are still ongoing, but if there's no deal, the UAW says it will start picketing at certain targeted plants.
If the companies give us an insulting offer, if they keep playing games, if they refuse to bargain in good faith, then we have the power to keep escalating and keep taking plants out.
According to economists, the strike would do $500 million worth of damage to the U.S. economy each day of picketing.
This year's respiratory virus season will be similar to last year's. That's according to the CDC. At the peak of the season, there could be between 15 and 25 new weekly hospitalizations for every 100,000 people in the U.S. The CDC believes COVID will probably account for half of those new hospitalizations, with flu and RSV combined accounting for the other half.
For the first time in 15 years, a hurricane watch is in effect as Hurricane Lee sets its sights on Maine. Tropical storm warnings and watches are also up along much of the New England coastline. In the coastal town of Yarmouth, Maine, people were seen taking their boats out of the water. The National Weather Service predicts ocean waves as tall as 20 feet could slam into the coast. And for the latest on where that storm is, plus your complete local forecast, Gary joins us now at the desk. Hurricane Lee heading up north.
Yeah, the good news, at least I think for Maine and New England, is they'll be on the weaker side of the storm. As the storm accelerates to the north, the strongest winds will be on the east side because of the counterclockwise wind circulation. So you can see the latest warnings right now. Tropical storm warnings in effect for the Massachusetts, New Hampshire, and Maine coast, as well as parts of the Canadian Maritime. But again, you'll see in just a second where Lee is heading and that they will be on the weaker side of the storm. Maximum sustained winds right now, 85 miles an hour with gusts to a little over 100 miles an hour, moving north at 14 miles per hour. So as Lee accelerates toward the north, the stronger winds will be on the east side because you have the forward speed of the storm and the wind circulation around moving in the same direction. But on the opposite side, you have the forward speed of the storm kind of subtracting from the winds that are on the west side of the storm. So that's where Maine and New Hampshire and Massachusetts will be. However, the storm surge coming around the storm will kind of pile the water up along the coast here. So definitely they'll be dealing with some storm surge issues there. But notice by Saturday, a minimum hurricane and probably moving just to the east of Maine as it moves into the Canadian Maritimes and then weakens into the northern portion of the Atlantic Ocean by Monday afternoon. But Lee is out there. Hurricane Margot is there. This area is being monitored for the potential for a tropical system to develop very quickly in the next couple of days. Some interesting pictures. This is from Chris Giese near Spring Green, showing the fog the other morning, driving along, looks like Highway 14, and you can see, boom. You drive a little ways longer, and all of a sudden you're in dense fog. Not very thick because you can see the sunlight coming through, but that's what happens when you have fog, especially near the Wisconsin River. Final drive forecast for our featured game tomorrow. That's at 7 p.m. Sun Prairie East at Sun Prairie West. Right now, I'm thinking skies will turn cloudy. It'll be mild with temperatures in the mid-70s, dropping to the mid-60s by the end of the game. Can't rule out a shower or thunderstorm chance, but the latest computer model forecasts are indicating that the rain chances may even be going down for tomorrow night and Saturday. So for 3 things you need to know. Tomorrow will be a mild day with high temperatures in the upper 70s. Then the chances for rain tomorrow night and Saturday, maybe even a couple of isolated thunderstorms. And then as we get into next week, look for high temperatures to be at near or above 80 degrees from Tuesday through Friday of next week. Right now, the jet stream has moved a little bit back to the north. That's why temperatures have rebounded back into the 70s. Most of the shower and thunderstorm activity is in the vicinity of the cold front here, but notice Wisconsin, pretty much high and dry. The air is much drier here, so that first batch of rain will kind of fizzle as it pushes into our state. So it'll be about this time tomorrow night before we start to see more rain moving in. 77 for the high tomorrow, partly sunny skies, very mild conditions. Planning your day across Dane County, 77 in Oregon, 76 in Pine Bluff, 76 for the high temperature in Marshall. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, 74 in Milwaukee, not even much of a lake breeze there. A little cooler to the north and west. La Crosse only hitting 70 because of more cloud cover. Same thing with Camp Douglas at 71, but Monroe hit 75 and Janesville 77. And notice future track precipitation. The very latest update shows maybe a batch of rain to our north and west and then kind of a break in the middle and then more over southeastern Wisconsin. So that might leave much of our viewing area high and dry. Hopefully that is not the case. First warned 7 to 10 day forecast. Notice temperatures cool off a little bit for the weekend. 72 Saturday, 70 dry weather on Sunday. Then temperatures warm up. Outside chance of a thunderstorm Tuesday night on a weak warm front, but temperatures will be right around 80 or a little bit above for Wednesday and Thursday and near 80 on Friday, and then maybe a little better chance for a couple of showers and thunderstorms as we head into next weekend.
And coming up in sports, Thursday night lights tonight in the Big 8. Could Verona stay perfect in conference play? Find out next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Don't need glasses. See us for your contacts and save on your annual supply.
Spectrum brings us Spectrum One, where Spectrum Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and unlimited mobile come together to keep you seamlessly connected wherever you are! Why did you switch?
With Spectrum One, we get a super fast, reliable connection.
And the advanced Wi-Fi has enhanced security and privacy features that automatically block online threats.
How reliable is Spectrum Mobile?
It's a super reliable service coast to coast.
Switch to Spectrum One and get internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and one free line of unlimited mobile. Call 1-833-685-4999.
You've probably heard by now, but Wanakee Remodeling has been transforming homes for the better part of half a century by installing materials that stand the test of time from a team of trusted home pros. Our design team delivers a turnkey experience for your interior or exterior remodeling project, leaving you with a home you love. At Wanakee Remodeling, we'll never stop improving. Right now, get a special window offer. Buy one window, get one 40% off plus special financing. Visit WanakeeRemodeling.com for more.
Wherever you go, wherever you stay, all you need is one key. Earn and use rewards across Expedia, Hotels.com, and Vrbo.
Daddy teaches you can be anything in this world that you want to be, right? Don't Daddy teach you that?
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if you're black or white or any color.
See, this is how children think right here. Critical race theory wants to end that.
I pledge allegiance
this to the flag of the Afro-American people.
Not with my children. It's not gonna happen.
You can make friends.
Yeah, you can make friends, no matter what color they are. So we need to stop CRT. Period. Point blank. Children do not see skin color, man. They love everybody. If they're good people, they love them.
The truth wins if we're all brave enough to tell it.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Schedule your comprehensive eye exam at shopko.com or bring in your outside prescription.
2017 was the last time Luke Fickell lost back-to-back games as a head coach. It was his first year in Cincinnati. So history is on Wisconsin's side when they welcomed Georgia Southern to Camp Randall. But the Eagles are no slouch. Last year they went into Nebraska and won. And this year they enter Week 3 undefeated. So the Badgers know that team has something to prove. But so do they after their performance at Washington State.
Last week is just not the way you want things to go. And I think it leaves a sour taste in your mouth, and a lot of guys are eager to get back out there and show them that that's not who we are. That's not who we are as a team, and we're better than that. And we just want to go out this week and show them what we can do.
They're not scared. They've been in big games before. They know how to carry themselves. So, and I know they're coming in with a chip on their shoulder, and honestly, so are we. So I'm really excited about the challenge.
The Wisconsin receiving room got a little thinner today with Keontez Lewis entering the transfer portal. Last season, he caught 20 passes for 313 yards and 3 touchdowns. Lewis has played in just 6 total snaps in 2 games this year. Never before in the 104-year history of the Packers have they started a season with 2 road wins. In 2016, they went 1-1. And in 1924, they went 0-2, losing to the Duluth Kellys and the Chicago Cardinals. But after dominating the Bears, they have a chance to make franchise history this Sunday against the Falcons. And the Packers are taking the same mindset to Atlanta as they did to Chicago.
I think that's kind of the mindset we had going in this week, was that we were going to win that game. So I don't think anyone's like overexcited about it. You know, we went there and handled business. That was what we, plan on doing. So, now we're just focused on this week and doing the same thing.
High school football, Verona looking to stay undefeated in the Big 8, hosting Janesville Parker. First quarter, Wildcats on the attack. Trey Poteet quick on his feet. The junior breaks free up the sidelines and is finally taken down inside the 5. And the 56-yard run would set up Verona. Knocking on the door, and Eli Lagomasino plunges in to make it 7-0 Wildcats. Now the Vikings would answer, down 7-3 in the second. It's J.J. Douglas rumbling in for the score. Verona would rally in the second half and win 20-17. Elsewhere in the Big 8, Memorial hosting Middleton at Mansfield. Second quarter, Cards up 10-7 and looking for more. Gabe Pacini decides to keep it himself, and that was a good plan. He dives in for 6. Middleton goes up 10. Memorial would answer. Steve Young, slicker than snot on a doorknob. He breaks free and cuts the lead to 3 with that score. But Pacini always had an answer. He goes Superman to put Middleton back up 10. Cardinals go on to win at 31-20. Brewers wrapping up their 4-game series with the Marlins, tied at 2 in the 5th, and Sal Frelick rips one into right field, and Tyrone Taylor gets on his horse and is going to slide in safely to give the Brewers the lead. Now they'd call him out, but review it, and they get it right. He's safe, and the Brewers take 3 of 4 with a 4-2 win. We're back after this.
Take another look at it.
Is summer fun on your agenda? If not, it should be, because we are at Wisconsin RV World today with Miss Christine Egan, the lady who knows everything about these beautiful units behind us. 78 years in business, 4-generation family-run business. I know you love this opportunity to help people have fun in the summer. So what are some options of these great things?
You can get anything from a single axle to a bunkhouse to a couples unit to toy hauler, travel trailers, and fifth wheel. The sky's the limit.
I love it so much. You have all of the models on the floor right here. What about solar? People are always wondering about, are these units solar ready?
You can get it with either solar ready or solar on board.
Okay.
Solar on board means that you actually have the solar panels on the roof and ready to go.
Can I get in one of these? Because
yeah.
I love them so much. Someday I'm gonna have one. Will you show me one?
Yeah, we'll get outside and look.
Christine, every time I'm here, I'm amazed at your selection.
This is one you might really like.
Let's go see it. Hero of your family and make it a fun summer here at Wisconsin RV World. I'm Emmy Fink, and you're buzzed into Madison. Now we just need a deck of cards and a cold beverage. Get over here.
My name is Kyla Engelke. I'm a cement mason by trade. All the road builders are insanely busy right now. If someone comes in wanting or needing a job, we've got them. The infrastructure law that Joe Biden got passed is putting people back to work. Look at all of the bridges, look at all of the roadways, look at all of the people that are working. All of that's pretty awesome. To have a president like Joe Biden that's fighting for good jobs, it's huge.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Do you trust your insurance agent? Do you trust your insurance company? Well, you'd better. Because all they've really sold you is a promise. A promise to be there when things go bad. A promise to take care of you. To step up and put everything back the way it was. So, if you don't trust your insurance company, maybe it's time to find one you do trust. West Bend. The worst brings out our best.
Donate kids' winter coats at Clinky Cleaners during Coats for Kids.
Gary's back. Final check of the forecast.
Pretty nice out there. Live view from the Edgewater Skycam. Skies are clear here. Temperatures are pretty comfortable. Open the window, shut off the AC for a little while. 61 right now in Madison. Most areas outside of Dane County are in the upper 50s, but Dane County itself, 54 in Verona, 61 degrees in McFarland, and 61 in Madison. So nice night.
Gary, thank you. Thanks for joining us, folks.
Do something good, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.